Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mr. Solo Dolo coming back with another video. I honestly didn't want to make a video. Truth be told, I did not want to make a video. But I have to talk about this. This needs to be discussed, and I got to get this off my chest. When it comes to being a real man in today's society, there's not a lot of that around our world anymore. There's no such thing as a real man anymore. Okay? Because I want to explain to you guys what it really means to be a man out here. Alright? What it really truly means to be a freaking man in today's world. And honestly, you can miss me with all the high quality status, all that BS. You can miss me with the alpha talk. You know, all those terms, all those whatever, all that terminology. You can miss me with the money, the status, you know, the clout, all that stuff that you think makes you into a man, right? It doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't. Those materialistic things do not accumulate manhood. Okay? What really accumulates manhood, what it really takes to be a man out here, bro, is you have to go through the trenches. You have to struggle. I'm not saying you have to struggle your entire life, but you have to come from something. You get what I'm saying? You have to come out of something that almost destroyed you. You have to come back from something that almost killed you. It made you feel some type of way. It traumatized you. But it did not destroy you. It only made you stronger. Right? Everything you have been through, all the bad experiences you have endured, your mental health playing a huge part in our downfall. Because when our mental health falters, everything else in our life falters. Everything around us changes. We start indulging into more self-destructive habits like porn watching, alcohol, drugs, weed, excessive entertainment, hanging out with the wrong people, being influenced by the wrong people. We don't make the right decisions when our mental health is out of order. That's why it's so important as a man that you take care of your mental health. That you distance. And for us men and our mental health, it's very important that we prioritize it. It's very important that we take care of it. We do what we got to do to make sure that we have clarity, to make sure that we're thinking clearly, to making sure that we're making the right decisions with a clear mind. Right? We're making sure we take time out for mindfulness, meditation, prayer, getting closer to God. These are all the things that we have to do as men in order to protect our peace. Of course, eating the right foods, detoxing, okay? Getting in tune with nature, right? Because this world is out to destroy our mental health. But that's not the topic. It's not mental health. This is about what it really means to be a man. For me, I had to go through a lot of things, man, that challenged my resolve. A lot of things that challenged my emotional intelligence. But you see, I didn't get to become emotionally intelligent just by, it just didn't happen. It's something that I had to develop over time. Emotional intelligence, the resolve, the willpower, the strength, the inner strength. It took time for me to develop those things. Because as a man, well, I should say when you're a boy, When you're a little boy, you're challenged. You're challenged in social situations. You're challenged when it comes to family situations, childhood trauma, perhaps bullying in school, whatever. You are challenged in different areas of your life. It could be your weight, it could be your mind, whatever, your mindset, the environment that you came up from, your circumstances, whatever. Your family could have been poor, your parents could have been poor, whatever, right? You could have came from a really, really, really bad neighborhood, and you're trying to find your way out. You overcame so much to get to the next point of your life, right? You're still fighting, you're still grinding for something better to happen. I had to keep on fighting and fighting and fighting every time I went through something, whether it was a mental barrier, a blockage, whatever, going through bullying in school, being harassed, being picked on, whatever. Family trauma, childhood trauma, personal issues, everything that I had to deal with as a young kid going into manhood, I had to deal with those things on my own. When it came to my weight issues, right? When it came to my mental health, when it came to childhood trauma, when it came to so much that I had to deal with as a kid, of course, growing into an adult, a lot of things really start to affect me when I was an adult. Because when you're a kid, you don't really feel a lot of pain, right? Because as a kid, you're living in the moment. You don't really know how to feel much of anything except maybe happy, sad, mad, whatever. Our emotions are not realized until we become older. Because as kids, we're not aware of all of our emotions. We're not fully capable of expressing our emotions to other people. We probably express maybe a couple emotions like happy and sad, like I said. But overall, what deeply affected us that happened when we were a kid, it's going to trickle on down to when we're adults, and we're going to feel that pain, especially if we did not solve it when we were a kid, or somebody in our life helped us through that experience. There's a lot of things that I had to endure that I had to endure. There was a lot of things that I had to endure on my own. A lot of things, a lot of challenges that I had to overcome on my own. When it comes down to being a man, the biggest thing you have to go through is to learn how to be alone. Now, when it comes to loneliness, I have been through that. I know what it's like to be lonely. And nobody can tell me about what loneliness is like, because I know exactly what that shit's like. I've been there. From the time I graduated high school in 2014, I was completely directionless. I had no direction. I was confused. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was the outcast. Okay, I was the black sheep. Okay, I did not have a lot of peers, a lot of friendships that I can count on. Right, a lot of people came and go out of my life. So I pretty much only had my mother, my brother at the time, and maybe a couple family friends here and there, but really, or I may have had a couple of friends that I talked to on the side, but I really can't call them friends. They were more like acquaintances. But it never really led to anything. I had to get used to being on my own in terms of dealing with the life real life issues, real life problems. When I graduated and I entered into the real world, I had to transition. I had to make that transition into my own, on my own. Okay? I remember applying for all these jobs and just getting turned down, rejected, all that. But I kept going, I kept trying. I didn't just give up, right? When I was trying to make my way into the real world, I had to start from somewhere. I had to start somewhere in terms of looking for a job to compensate me, right? I got rejected time and time again, but I still kept going. I got tested a lot of times. My resolve got tested, okay? My emotions got tested. And I used to be really emotional. I used to be really emotional back in those days. When I graduated around when I was 18, 19, 20, I was really emotional. I did not have a strong grip on my emotions. I'm more well emotionally functioned compared to when I was like 18, 19. Okay? It's because I had to go through a lot of problems. I had to go through a lot of experiences. I had to go through a lot of mental blockages, barriers, and overcome them in order to develop emotional intelligence, develop that emotional discipline. I didn't just wake up one day and boom, I have my emotions in check. I'm emotionally disciplined. No. You don't just wake up one morning and all of a sudden you're disciplined when it comes to your emotions. No, you have to go through something. Okay, as a young man, you got to go through some shit. Mental toughness does not happen if you ain't gone through nothing. Emotional intelligence, that's not going to happen for you if you have not gone through something that tested your emotions. Something that triggered, but you later on fixed it, you later on resolved it, you later on moved on from that experience, and you made peace. Right? You sat down with yourself and you figured out what's making my emotions trigger. What is triggering me so much? You figure out the root of your issues, the root of your trauma. You take the time to figure these things out before you go on and try to F up somebody else's life because you're still traumatized. When you're still traumatized and you have not healed, you will bring that trauma onto other people. You will bring it onto other friends, your family members, in a relationship, and that's why it's so important for you to heal. As a grown man, you have to heal. You are not a grown man if you have not fully healed yourself. If you have not taken the time to heal when you know damn well you need healing. You need healing, my brother. You can act like you don't need it. You can act like, you're too good for it. Or your pride is getting in the way. Hey, yo, fuck your pride. Fuck your pride. Because at the end of the day, this is about becoming right within. This is about you becoming healthy on the inside. Feeling good on the inside. Feeling good about yourself. And don't you want to feel good about yourself? Don't you want to feel great about you every single day? Don't you want to wake up and be happy? And be happy with yourself. Be happy with the life that you have created. Don't you want to cultivate healthy, long-term relationships and connections with people? God isn't going to bring you your blessings. God isn't going to bring you what you're looking for if you have not healed. Part of being a man is healing. Part of being a man is taking care of your mental health. Part of being a man is going through something that almost destroyed you, that almost killed you, but you came back from it stronger and bolder than ever. You came back from it. You overcame it. You did not let it take you. You did not let it, kill you or control you. Part of being a real man is self-control. controlling your desires, controlling your sexual impulses, controlling your eating habits, controlling what you watch, what you listen to, who you let into your life, into your circle, and etc. It's about being self-control, being in control in everything you do, making decisive choices, being decisive with your choices, with a clear mind, taking action in life, intentional action on your dreams, on your goals, on your mission, and ain't letting nobody get in your way. See, it's not about all the money that you have. It's not about all the nice designer clothes that you are wearing. It's not about the watches and jewelry. It's not about the necklaces. It's not about the shoes and the nice cars. It's not about, getting all the girls. It's not about having all these women in rotation. Okay? It's not always about the sex. Okay? It's not about your status. It's not about you being high quality. Although being a high quality man, it does play a huge role in that. But in order to get to that point, like I said, you have to be knocked down, bro. You have to be knocked down a few pegs. You have to be humbled. At some point in your life, you are going to be humbled. A young boy is going to be humbled. He may have it all in school. He may have had all the baddies, all the friends. He may have been popular, right? He was probably the best at all the sports that he played. A tuition was coming his way. He had a great future ahead of him. Everybody was just hyping him up, praising him, right? Until something came along and halted all of that, right? Until real life started to happen. And trust me, real life does happen. It may not happen when you're a teenager. It may not happen when you're a kid, but it will happen at some point. And it's going to test you. It's going to test you. You may think you have it all right now, but one little slip up, one little mistake, and it's gone. It's over. Something is going to happen in your life that's going to humble you. That's going to knock you down a few pegs, right? That happened to me at one point. When I got my first job when I was 16, I got a little cocky because I was making money. I thought I was the shit because because out of everybody in my school, I was working. I was gonna make some money. I was getting ahead of myself. Truth be told, I was getting way ahead of myself. And guess what happened? Within 3 weeks of getting that first job, I lost it. I got fired. Cut. Over. You know why? Because I was getting ahead of myself. It could have been other things, obviously. A lack of training. Whatever. Too much pressure. But God was trying to humble me. The way I look at it, God was trying to humble me. He took that job away from me for a reason. He had to humble me. I had to lose something in order to gain something, right? That's how life works, man. And as a man, you have to learn to accept those things. You have to learn to accept the good and the bad of everything in life. You probably didn't want to lose that job, but you losing that job was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to you, because when one door closes, another door will open. Right? But don't think that you're just going to get ahead of yourself and ain't nothing bad going to happen to you. Don't think that nothing negative is going to come your way. Don't think you're not going to go through some hard times. No. You have to go through those hard times in order to get to the better times of your life. in order to get to the best stages of your life. You see what I'm saying? You cannot call yourself a grown man. You cannot call yourself a grown man if you have not gone through anything. If you have not experienced hard times, if you have not struggled through anything in life, you're not a grown ass man. I cannot take you seriously. Okay? Every young boy in life that grows up, something has to challenge them. Something has to challenge them. If you have not been challenged in any stage, in any area of your life, if you have not been challenged in some way, shape, or form, and yes, I'm talking about death too. I'm talking about someone dying in the family. That too. If you have not been through that, which I wish that on nobody, but I'm just saying, if you have not been through something that was going to kill you, that was supposed to kill you, you are not a grown man. You are not a man yet. Okay? You are not a man yet. I mentioned earlier, a lot of things that I went through was supposed to kill me, was supposed to destroy me. From school, middle school, high school, childhood, family deaths, my father not being in my life, a whole bunch of stuff that I can get into later down the line in a different video. I did not have an easy childhood. I did not have an easy growing up. I had to fight for everything that I want in life. If I want that new car, my first ever car, I had to fight. I had to fight for it. It was not going to be handed to me on a silver platter. I had to fight for it. I had to grind for it. I had to work for it. If I wanted to put myself in a better apartment, I had to work for it. I had to save money. I had to take action. Right? I didn't have people in my life supporting me and giving me tips on how to be a better man. I didn't have people in my life giving me life-changing advice. I didn't have mentors. I didn't have a lot of guidance. And that can be very, very dangerous for any young kid to go through, is not having the proper guidance. Right? Ain't nobody really looked out for me like that. I can't remember a time specifically where I had people who were really, really looking out for me and really looking out for my best interest. I can't remember a time. Truth be told, if I can't remember a time, then most likely it never happened. Most likely that was never the case. Right? I grew up in a very fake environment. Okay? Around a lot of people that were just kind of fucked up mentally. That were effed up in the mind. Effed up in the head. I was around a lot of people. I was around a lot of people that had negative intentions. I seen a lot of stuff that I did not want to see. A lot of stuff that I did not want to see. That traumatized me. And it kind of altered my perspective of life. It altered my mindset. It changed the way how I look at life, how I look at people, and I just create this wall between myself and other people because I'm very careful of who I let into my life. But the whole point of this video, man, what it really takes to be a man is having the resolve, having the strength to keep on going. When things get tough, when things get really bleak in your life, when shit hits the fan, when you hit rock bottom, the only way for you to go up, the only way for you is to go up. The only direction is to go up. But you have to overcome those obstacles that are put in front of you. You have to overcome life's challenges, the devil's challenges. And God is going to challenge you as well. Both the God and the devil are going to challenge you. Because life is about light and dark. Life can't be about light forever. There can't be light every day. There can't be dark every day. It's going to be dark and light. So at the end of the day, man, you have to come through for yourself. Because ain't nobody really going to have your back like yourself. Nobody's really going to have your best interest but yourself and the Most High.